Hey guys, it's Lauren, and today I'm here to talk about what is possibly my new favorite book. I read this book 3 days ago and I'm already contemplating rereading it because I liked it that much. I feel like I haven't been this invested in a book in a really long time, so I'm so excited about this book. You have no idea. I can't stop talking about it. I'm telling everyone that I know to read it and I just love it so much. And that book is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is actually the first book by Sarah J. Maas that I have read. I have not had a chance to read Throne of Glass yet, but I am so excited, so excited to read them now that I have read this book, and I have heard really good things about the new Throne of Glass book that just came out, so I will definitely be starting those and probably powering through all of them pretty quick. Warning for spoilers, if you have not read this book yet, there will be spoilers. I'm just saying. It's gonna happen. So you should leave right now if you haven't read this book, because if you keep watching this, I'm not responsible for anything that happens. Sorry. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which I actually didn't know when I went into this, but I did figure it out pretty quick because it's not exactly subtle. So this book is about our main character, Feyre, who lives in a tiny little cabin with her dad and her two older sisters. One day she's out hunting and she kills a wolf, and she finds out that this wolf was a fairy when this beast comes knocking at her door, and he tells her that because she took the life of a fairy, she either owes him her life or she can go and spend the rest of her days living on his estate. I loved the writing in this book. I loved the description. I thought it was excellent. I could really picture the places that they were and the settings that they were in, which I thought was excellent because it was so different. Like, it's a completely different made-up world. So the fact that she was so descriptive and that I could envision these things that I had never seen before was excellent, and I love it when that happens. And I feel like there are a lot of books that don't have enough description, and I'm one of those people that really struggles when that happens. I don't paint my own mental picture very well at all. Like, I need you to tell me everything, all the details, so that I can see it in my head. Otherwise, it just is nothing to me. I know that a lot of people have said that this book is really slow, and I can sort of see where they're coming from. A lot of the first half of the book is just her kind of like hanging out on the estate, doing different things like painting and wandering around the gardens and maybe stuff that's not so exciting. But I think that there is a lot of exciting moments put in there, so it's not just her sort of living out her days in nothingness. But I can understand what people mean when they say that, because the real action doesn't start until about halfway through. This is not a book where the main conflict is resolved quickly. I feel like that happens a lot where, you know, like there's little things that build up to like the big climax, and then the big climax happens in the last like 30 pages. This is not one of those books. So maybe that's where people got the idea that it was sort of a slower book, but I really liked it. I liked that this big issue was not resolved so quickly. It took a lot of time and a lot of effort, and a lot of different things had to happen in order for it to be resolved. The other complaint I hear a lot about this book is people are really not fans of Tamlin, and I don't know why. I heard he's really rapey, I've heard he's super possessive, and it's just not true. There is no rape, there's no like attempted rape. Tamlin never does any of that stuff. I really liked Feyre. She kind of had to grow on me a little bit because she was kind of dumb at the beginning of the book. She's one of those characters where, you know, you tell her not to do something and she's going to do it anyway. I think it went a little bit beyond the typical like tell them not to do something and they do it anyway. She was like extra stupid when it came to that kind of stuff. So there were a couple times when I was really just shaking my head at her and telling her she was such an idiot. But at the same time, the things that she ended up doing, I enjoyed reading about and I thought they were exciting. So I'm kind of lost and I don't really know what to think about that. But she was definitely not the smartest protagonist ever. Tamlin was amazing. I really felt for him. I thought that he was really genuine, and I know he was under a curse, and I know that he was all about making Feyre fall in love with him, but I feel like he was very authentic and he did really love her back, and it wasn't just a show and it wasn't just something to get his curse broken, so I really liked that about him. Lucien was fantastic. He's one of those characters that you kind of like love to hate, but he had so much growth and development throughout the book that at the end he was just amazing, and I want so much more of him. I love him so much, even though he was a little bit of a dick at the beginning. I feel like basically every character in this story had so much growth throughout that it was just so perfect and so well done that you can't really hate any of the characters at the end of the book, no matter how much you want to or how much you start out wanting to. They all have such good redemption arcs and they're so well done that you just want to love them all. I have heard that the other 2 books in the trilogy are going to focus on different characters and different fairy tales, which I didn't know going in, but they did pretty much wrap up the Beauty and the Beast storyline by the end of the book, so it does make sense. I will absolutely be reading the other books. I have no idea what they're about or what they're called or literally anything about them, except that I'm very excited. Also, I love this cover. This is so pretty. So pretty. See, that is its new home. So yeah, those were some of my thoughts on A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. If you've read this book, let me know in the comments below what you liked about it, and if you didn't like it, I don't think we can be friends. I'm just kidding, of course we can be friends. And if you haven't read this book, you should absolutely pick it up and read it as soon as possible. I am not kidding. Drop everything, go to the store, buy this book, read it now. So that's it for this video. I will see you guys soon. Bye!